Charles, also, I wanted you to relate to.
Now,
I wanted you to also address. You know, there was another call. I wanted you to address before all of that. Look, how catastrophic you think it will be if Governor Nyesom Wike is not, as has been threatened, supporting the PDP presidential candidate. That's the news we're hearing, that Wike and his people will not be supporting the president. How big a deal do you think that is?
I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you. I can hear you, Charles. I can hear you.
Okay. Now, there are a lot of issues that have been raised here. But let me start from the last caller who said whether Ayu said he was going to resign when the candidate emerged. Yes, he said he was going to resign when the candidate emerged, but he did not tell that immediately the candidate emerges that he will resign. That's one. Secondly, I covered the National Assembly for more than a decade. When you make a law and you send that law to the president to assent to, that is to append his signature, and at that point you discover that that particular law will offend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you usually send it back to the National Assembly, even where you have 469 members, and in addition to the different public hearings, to correct the error if any of such happen. Now, thirdly, when individuals are saying Ayu said he's going to resign, did Ayu also promise that he was going to take the chairmanship from the north to the south? People must understand what the issue is. The issue is not the resignation of Ayu. The issue is the movement of the chairman from the north to the south. Nobody made that promise.
Okay. You know what, Charles? I'm going to come back for you to continue to elaborate on this, but I've got to take a break now. Luckily, you know what that's all about. It's almost sacrosanct. So stay with us, please, Charles, and then we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, and we are having this conversation with Charles Aniagwu, a colleague in the media, but he's since moved over to the other side, as often they will. Charles Aniagwu is the Commissioner for Information in Delta State, and you know, we've been looking at the media chat of Governor Nyesom Wike. A very important man to PDP, it has been said. People have even mentioned it. He kept the party afloat and all of that. But there are those who are saying that, is he not overdoing it? Well, that's indeed their right to say. But Governor Wike seems to be staying on the point of morality, equity, justice, and all of that. And our guest, Charles, who I'm happy to see that Charles is back, Charles has even said that nobody is doubting that all of those things are important, but it seems that, as Charles put it, there are other considerations, and you don't want to do anything that will cripple the party. Did I get that part of it right, Charles? Paraphrasing you.
We are very, very correct. We are saying the only point of disagreement is the timeline. We are even happy that those in the APC recognize that we have shining stars in the PDP and that Wike is one of the shining stars.
Indeed.
There are those who want what happens in their political party to happen in PDP. And what is that thing? Where one individual just seizes the party and owns the party. The PDP is called People's Democratic Party. It's made up of so many leaders. Nyesom Wike has played very, very critical role as a member of that party.
Okay.
Ditto a number of other leaders. And when you play a role in PDP, that doesn't make you to become the owner of the party. Wike is only pointing out issues, and the leaders of the party are examining those issues. So when those outside are saying because he has done A, B, C, in which case anything he demands must go outside the presence of democratic consideration, that is not how the PDP works, if that is what works in other political party.
Okay.
The leaders are respecting the views of Wike. They are considering his views. They are looking at it within the provisions of the PDP constitution. And at the end of the day, what will enable the party to win the election? You did ask, if Wike is not part of it, how are we going to feel it? Wike is part of it. He did not tell you he's not part of it. He has made it very clear.
No, he said he's not leaving the party. He said he's not leaving the party. But what is in doubt now is whether he will support the party's candidate.
The moment he's not leaving the party, if you know Wike, you know that he's a political bulldozer. He has said he has crippled APC in Rivers. What that means is that Wike will work for the PDP in Rivers.
Okay.
The reason why we are also pleading with him is that we want him to use his energy beyond Rivers to assist us in other smaller states. In terms of when I mean smaller, where we don't have a greater stake, either because we are not in charge.
Now,
so
Charles, I beg your pardon. I've got to interrupt you because I've kept a viewer waiting all this while. Please listen to his contribution. Mr. Joshua in Irewolide, thank you very much for holding on. Go ahead now, please.
Okay, Yori, good morning. Thank you very much. And I greet Charles too.
Yes.
I'm just hoping that 2023 will throw up surprises beyond the issues we're discussing now.
Okay.
My take is that for the first time, I want us to have a need to put Nigeria first. I know that presently the political structures is still that you must produce a candidate through your party. But I am looking at a situation where our politicians will be compelled to put Nigeria first. Whether it is Wike, Atiku, and all this, I'm not impressed or surprised by whatever crisis they're having in PDP. Crisis is part of political party, whatever. They are only using these things to position themselves, to negotiate for their own maybe interest. Because at the end of the day, it's about what role Wike will play, what role Ayu will play. Ayu has settled himself using Wike. Wike wants to settle himself. So these are all personal interests. But I am hoping, I'm telling your guests, I'm hoping that they will have crisis enough that will make them to put Nigeria on the table instead of individuals, instead of personalities. We're tired of Wike is so powerful, that one is powerful. We want a powerful Nigeria.
Okay.
Not,
all right.
A powerful individual as it were.
Indeed, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua, and once again for holding on all that while. Charles, there's a sense in which you've alluded to this, but go ahead and say it again, that shouldn't Nigeria, the integrity of Nigeria, PDP, People's Democratic Party, based on democracy, that is why Wike is, crying to the high heavens that this is anything but democracy going on in the PDP.
Like I advised you, one of your callers earlier, that we must take away the sentiments and face the facts of the matter. And you must be able to look at the actions of the party, look at the laws of the party, look at what the party have done in the past and what it's doing at the moment. Democracy is a system that allows majority to be able to take.
Okay, I guess this weather, with the weather that I described, this is to be expected. We've lost Charles again momentarily, but I'm sure we'll get him back. Meanwhile, Mazi Okoroafo has called in. Good morning, Mazi Okoroafo.
Good morning, Sayori. Good morning, I guess, on both candidates. Sayori, what we lack today in some of these, our contestants, what we call emotional integrity. Now, research work have shown that what many Nigerian politicians, some of them, what they do is they only join political parties based on what? Power and money, not to give the dividends of democracy to the people. That's we talk about that Jagaba should have to do it very fast and take over by 2023. Now, you ask yourself, why are people that like to shift goalposts when they know that very well that what they are doing is wrong? Right from the word they celebrate president before you talk about Christian Muslim listener. Now, where are we heading to? That is why I used to tell Nigeria that by when they say now, campaign will start. Nigerian students are talking their own version, so nobody knows the reality. Court is talking about their own, about that. Now, political party like what the PDP is treating at, if they have a formula, if they have things they have planned for the Nigerians as they said, they have to do what? Do the needful. If they say, my friend, go, what's wrong? If you know you are not there because of power and money, what do you step aside and watch? But if you see that I must, as if, look, nobody has the monopoly of anything in any political party. But some people feel that they have monopoly, that what I've said it must happen like that. It's not politics. Now look at what's happening in Italy now. You see how a lady, I don't know what the coalition for that is moving. Now, have you seen them fighting?
Okay, Amazio Kuruapo, thank you very much for calling in, and welcome back, Charles. I guess I might have to be saying that welcome back as soon as you come back again, but we're glad to have you back again. People are making heavy weather out of the perceived wrongdoings of the party against the backdrop of its own rules. Its own rules. This is not wrongdoing from, a parochial point of view.
What part of the rule? What part of the rule?
Well, principally, as we've said before, even though you've challenged Show Me the Part, breaching your own constitution, where what seems to be now cannot be by the constitution. But you've said that people who are saying that probably haven't read the constitution. Yeah. Okay.
See, the parties are governed by their rules, their constitution. Anybody who is telling you that the PDP has offended its constitution, let the person tell you what particular section of the constitution that have been offended. I am telling you that first, at the point that Ayu was elected as the national chairman of the PDP, it was a certain chairman that was leaving office, and then eventually he now became. There are individuals who are making mistakes, mixing a whole lot of things up, joining the APC constitution to the PDP constitution. There are those who believe that after all, Buhari is from the north. Why should another northerner become the president? They forget that Buhari is in APC, he's not in PDP. He became a candidate on the platform of the APC. He became a president on the platform of the APC. The PDP has its own constitution and rules. So those who are saying, how do you move from a northern president to another northern president? They are forgetting that the Nigerian constitution is not enshrined for us to say president from the north and president from the south. It is in the political party. And if you go into the PDP constitution, the last president on the platform of the PDP was the person of Goodluck Jonathan from the south. And PDP had power for 16 years. For that 16 years, the southern part had power for 13.5 years. The north having only 2.5 years under the late Yar'Adua of blessed memory. So where is this equity that the people are talking about and that there is an offense? Now, when you come back to the chairmanship of the party, the last chairman of the party, Uche Secondus, came from the south. The only reason why the point is being made now is that for the purpose of balance of power, not on the basis of the offending the constitution, but at the moment, the presidential candidate does not have power. He's not occupying an office for you to say you are balancing any power. In the event, God forbid, that he loses the election, which are you going to be balancing power from his bedroom?
Okay.